Hey, so this is a guitar tutorial for At Last by Etta James. So we're just going to cover that introduction section in today's tutorial. So we're starting up on fret 12. Now here's the melody. 12, 10, and 12, 10 on string 2. Okay, so starting on string 1, we go 12, 10, on string 2, 12, 10. Okay, and then we're going to come down to fret 8, hammer on to fret 9, and then fret 10 on the first string. Okay, fingering, we want to try and start with the pinky here. So we're going to go pinky, middle, and then come down with that second finger to hammer on to the third finger, and then your pinky's on fret 10 on string 1. The reason for that is we're going to need to add in some harmony notes here. So we're starting with an open E and an open B, so that's string 6 and string 2. Okay, and if you can get that little finger down, that's going to help when we move down to the next section. It's going to give you the correct fingering for the notes we need in the next bit. So, pinky, down to middle. And then on string 2, pinky, down to middle. Okay, so that was the open B and the open E, string 6, string 2, and then fret 12. And this is what I mean. When you land on your middle finger, we can bring that down to fret 8 here, and then we're going to add our first finger to fret 7 on string 3, and play that again with an open E string, string 6. Okay, and this is where the hammer on comes in. Alright. And then the little finger can get fret 10 on string 1. So together we have this so far. Okay, so that's the first section. We're actually going to come back up to the same melody notes here for the next bit, but we're going to change the chord. So now we're going to play an A major chord. For this you're going to need an open A string, string 5, and then fret 11 on the D string, and fret 10 on the second string, on the B string. Okay, so the chord is here. Right, so you've got open A, and then this note is C sharp on the 4th string, fret 11, and then another A on string 2, fret 10. Okay, and this is at the same time that we're going to do that melody again, from fret 10 down to fret 12 down to fret 10. And then this 10 comes back in, and then this 12, and then this 10 again. So it should sound like this. Okay, and to help, I'm just putting a little bar here just to cover those two strings so I don't have to take off the chord. So I can still get that A chord ringing through. Okay, so let's have a look at those first two bits. So we're starting here. Down to that hammer on, including this finger on fret 7. Back up to the same tune, but with the A chord. Okay. Now here's the kind of the first tricky bit. So we're going to come all the way down to fret 1 and play this chord. So this is first fret on the 5th string, 2nd fret on the 2nd string, and an open 3rd string, G. Okay, so here's the chord. And we're going to include the melody notes up here. So this is on fret 1, string 1, fret 3. Okay, so that's the chord. We're playing string 5, string 3, string 2, string 1. And then the melody comes down to fret 2 on string 1, and then open E string, string 1. So it should sound like this. Back to fret 2 to get that last melody note. Okay, so you're going to have to bring this little finger down to that fret 2. Okay, I think I do a little slide on that sometimes. So that's coming down from that A chord. I'll just put that into context. Also, I kind of do a little spread on that chord to help me get the fingers down in time. Just a little tip there. So while I'm getting those fingers down, I can spread the chord and make it a little bit easier to get the notes on time. So. Then we're coming back up to the same tune up here, but there's a slight variation in the harmony. So after you've played the first 3 notes, we have this thing. Okay, so this is like a moving middle part. So I'm going to use our 3rd finger for this note, this harmony note. This is on fret 12 on the A string. So, okay, this next chord is, so you've moved your 3rd finger to string 4, fret 12, same fret, and the middle finger comes down onto fret 11. So, okay, so that's that moving middle part. After you've done your melody note with the open B and the open E, that's our moving. Then we can continue with the melody. Okay, so that same melody, fret 10, fret 12, fret 10. Alright, one more time. Alright. Now, this is quite tricky, this next bit. It's a real squeeze to get these notes in. I kind of always find this a bit tricky, but let's give it a go. So, it's the same melody as before. Okay, but instead we're going to slide that 8 to the 9. Okay, and because of the harmony notes, it's really tricky to get the fingers down for this. The little finger's going to have to do the fret 10, that melody note. So you could practice just sliding the 8 to the 9 and then getting that note there. But these are the harmony notes. So the harmony notes are on fret 9, on string 6 and string 4. Okay, so that's the E string and the D string. So you want to play those 2 notes while you're sliding that finger. And this is the tricky thing. So you gotta move your arm a little bit, your elbow, to get that note to slide in. Okay. It's a real squeeze to get that note in there. And sometimes it doesn't always work out. But that's that chord. Now the good thing is we're actually going to move this just down 1 fret to get the next chord, which is a little bit easier in this time because the melody note is now a fret lower on string 1. Okay, so before we were going here, but as we move down, both of those notes are on fret 8. Okay, so with our harmony notes moving down a fret, fret 8, and our melody notes moving down, everything now is on fret 8 after you've done your slide. So again, you're going to slide that note into fret 8, as well as playing those harmony notes, and then you've got that melody note on string 1, fret 8. Okay. So after we've done this slidey section, moving down chromatically, it's just going to end with a simple pull off from fret 7 to fret 5 on the 2nd string, and then end with a B7 chord. So this B7 chord is fret 7 on the 6th string, fret 6 on the 5th string, and fret 7 on the 4th string. Okay, so that is a B, a D sharp, and an A. And then you're also going to include the 2nd string as an open string. Okay, so pull off on string 2, and then to the chord. Now you could do this as a B7 chord down here. It's the same thing if you know a B7 chord down there. But it's just because the pull-off's there, we're in position to do the chord there. Okay. So let's play all of that together. So we have the melody notes at the start. Same again, but with the A chord. Moving down to the A sharp, fret 1 in that chord. Back up for the same melody. We're going to include those notes. And now into this slidey section. With a pinky on fret 10. Moving down chromatically to fret 8. The melody notes there. And then finally the pull off from fret 7 to fret 5 and a B7 chord. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed learning the introduction to it last. I'm hoping to make a few more of these videos, so if you like it, let me know and I can try and make some more. I have some tabs for this, the whole song. Just put a comment on the video and I can send a link. I can give you a link to the tabs. And yeah. Subscribe, like the stuff, and I'll see you next time.